let's take a look at what Bellular has to say about Twitch's leaked plan.
I was absolutely baffled when I saw the leaked plan that Twitch is trying to implement. This is something that, while it does have one good thing pertaining to contract exclusivity, broadly speaking, looks really bad for streamers and also really quite bad for viewers. As a viewer, it's going to mean that your donations or whatever that support your favorite streamers are going to be less efficient. It's also going to mean you're going to be exposed to more ads. For creators, well, actually creators really don't like running ads. Seriously, having to do ad breaks is a real pain in the ass, to the point where me and Matt don't even...
See, this is why the only time I do ad breaks, I'm taking a piss. It's like, if you pay attention, whenever you see me do an ad break, it's either the stream is ending or I'm taking a piss. Like, that's it. Those are the ad breaks you get on this stream, and those will continue to be the ad breaks you get on this stream. And if Twitch changes that, actually, let's take a poll real quick. Let's see how you guys feel about this. I can't type the whole question. Basically, it says, would you watch this stream if it was on YouTube? Actually, I'm just going to put on YouTube instead. That kind of like, because the idea is it's either on YouTube or on Twitch. I'm not doing multi-streaming. That ain't for me. I know that a lot of people are super excited. They can't wait for multi-streaming. Me personally, I don't want multi-streaming. Like, I either stream on one platform or the other. I think I've talked about this before. So I'm just going to put in yes or no. And actually, because of the bias, I'm going to put in the no first. It's like, look, just be truthful. I'm not going to be mad if you say no. I don't give a fuck. But it is an interesting question to make. Would you people here right now, would you watch this stream if it was on YouTube instead of Twitch? Because, you know, the moment that Twitch starts telling me, you got to run ads every 10 minutes or we'll do it for you, I'm going to be like, well, all right then. So you want to make the experience of my audience worse? Bye-bye. Nice knowing you. It's just that simple. Ruri, have you ever looked into setting up a Patreon? I set up a Patreon for a while, but it's just like the problem is I struggle so much just to do the stuff that I'm already doing that having to think up of additional things that I would do for a Patreon is like, that would basically mean less content is what that would mean. If I was to make a Patreon, I'd then have to spend more time working on the Patreon than working on content. So 4 of you would not, 11 of you vote yes. There's 79 of you. Can some more of you vote, please? It'd be great if you could. For us to get a bigger sample size. Side question, ever thought about merchandise? Yes, I have. And it's actually not particularly hard. Yeah, see? This is interesting. Like, look at how it's shifting. 7 people would not watch. See, now this is something that I would have expected. 8 people would not watch on YouTube. 15 people would watch on YouTube. See, there's like, some people don't want to watch on YouTube. See, that's the thing. Some people don't want to watch this on YouTube. And I understand why. It's a very different viewing experience watching this on Twitch or on YouTube. It's a very different viewing experience. Finding streams on YouTube's a pain in the ass unless I'm sub to a person. Yeah, Doc Snake Cake, but I'll tell you right now, a lot of people talk about that. And as a matter of fact, I thought it was interesting because I saw Ludwig say that Twitch has better discoverability than YouTube. And I immediately just like, what? Twitch discoverability? Maybe if you're like a 2K Andy, if you're a small streamer, let me tell you what Twitch's discoverability is. Pop! And if you're a small streamer, let me tell you exactly how Twitch feels about you. Pop! They don't give a fuck. Okay, it's that simple. This is how Twitch feels about small streamers. Listen, here's what we care about you right here. Here's how much we care. This is how much Twitch cares about small streamers, okay? This is how much Twitch is going to help out or boost small streamers in any way, shape, or form. And anybody who thinks otherwise is delusional, entirely delusional. So the ending of the poll ended up being 23 people would watch this on YouTube, 8 people would not. So, and let me just tell you, right? Because you're saying that, browsing live on YouTube is complicated. Yeah. You want to know why? Because integrated together with VODs, which makes discoverability a million times better. Discoverability on YouTube is so ahead of what Twitch is doing, particularly for smaller creators, that it's not even funny. It's not even remotely funny how far ahead YouTube is from Twitch when it comes to discoverability. It's that simple.
Even bother doing it in the live stream that we run over on YouTube. It's just like that. We don't really like doing that to you. The exclusivity change is good, but broadly speaking, for everyone who uses Twitch, this is not really looking that good. So, this all comes from a report from the publication Bloomberg regarding how Twitch are going to be changing how they run some things. First is more financial incentive to run advertisements. Of course, ads are extremely disruptive to the user experience on Twitch. I basically can't stand
the pre-roll ad is the worst. Like, imagine somebody, like you're a small streamer. Somebody actually looks at your stream and they think to themselves, "Oh, this might be an interesting thing to take a look at," right? This might be an interesting thing to take a look at. I'm going to check out this streamer. They hit your stream. First thing they get is a 30-second unskippable ad, which, by the way, as a partner, we can't disable those. We can't disable them. So your first experience is you jump on this stream and there's a 30-second ad. What the fuck? There's not even a chance for me to like show you my personality or anything. It makes, not to mention, it just makes me seem like an asshole because you might jump into my stream and be like, "Oh wow, this streamer has his stream set up for 30 seconds." And then those ads specifically say, "This ad supports streamer X." Let me tell you the impact of ads on streams, okay? It's about this. It's about this. This is about how much I make from Twitch ads. Big fat zero, okay? Like I've always said, if you ever want to know exactly how much I make on Twitch, you multiply this number by 2.5, which is, this number is people that are subscribed to this channel. This is you guys. This is how much money I make on Twitch. You multiply this number over here by 2.5. That's why this number is public, so that you'll always know how much money I'm making in this platform. And also because it's funny to see the subscribers up there. But yeah. You haven't skippable ads. Yeah, exactly. Because again, and people think that it's, I haven't skippable ads, 4 of them. What are you talking about? Maybe show more skin, Ruri, and you'll get way more views. Look at this. Look at this shoulder. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I saw some viewer complaining about getting ads when going to a streamer, like you guys can control those pre-rolls. It's like the way that we can control pre-rolls, like there is a certain level of control. And that control is, I can hit you guys with a 2-minute ad right now, and we'll disable pre-roll ads for 30 minutes. You guys want a 2-minute ad? I don't think you do, so I'm not doing it. So yeah, you know. So it's like you basically have to decide between screwing over the viewers who are already watching your stream or screwing over the viewers that aren't watching your stream. That's your decision. It's like I can either dick you guys that are here right now, and then for 30 minutes, I won't be dicking the people that joined the stream. Or I can be dicking the people that aren't watching me right now and might click the stream and not dick you guys that are watching the stream right now. What kind of a choice is that? It's like, you want to shoot yourself in the foot Or do you want to shoot yourself in the arm? That's kind of like the decision that you're making here. You want to shoot yourself in the arm or in the foot, but you got to shoot yourself somewhere. It's stupid. It's really fucking stupid.
Them. I don't know what it is, but there's something about the way the Twitch ads work as compared to, say, the platform
They're
we're on
worthless.
right now that I really don't like. At least on YouTube, if an ad catches your attention, you can keep on watching it, but you'll get that little skip button in a few seconds.
There's also unskippable ads on YouTube. Keep that in mind.
I think that's
sometimes
a pretty
but
decent
they're shorter
way of doing things. It means that if a viewer is genuinely interested in the ad, they keep on watching. The creator gets a payout. Fantastic. If a viewer actually clicks the skip button immediately, YouTube doesn't actually charge the advertiser. At the very least, not charge them fully. It seems like a pretty good compromise. Twitch ads, though, man, they suck. Also, their management of advertisement inventory sucks. Yeah. I don't know about you, but whenever I go to Twitch, it's typically the same ad again and again and and again. And it just makes you...
I'm an analyst. I can't go to Yemen. I'm an analyst.
Want to leave the damn website and go anywhere else. So, those pre-roll ads, they suck. Unskippable 30-second ads that you've got to pay $5 a month to that streamer to get rid of. That's also quite frustrating, especially if you are viewing multiple streamers. Also, ads are tracked per channel, unlike on, say, YouTube, where if you skip an ad, it gives you some breathing room to click around. That's the thing. YouTube's really good at ads. Google are incredibly good at ads. They generally know when to not be ridiculous. In fact, if a creator gets a video and spams it full of ads, YouTube won't even fully fill inventory in all of those.
But sometimes YouTube will also be completely unreasonable with their ad placement, which has happened multiple times for me, and they'll just spam ads on a video and play them every 2 minutes. Because I've had those complaints. People going like, Rurikhan, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, what do you mean? This video is so chock full of ads. There's ads every 2 minutes. And I'm like, what? Usually the way that I do my ads is usually like 50, if it's a long video, right? Because if it's not, then things vary. But like say a 1 hour video, it'll be like 15, 30, and then 1 hour. If it's longer than 1 hour, same thing. 15, 30, 1 hour, and then like 1 hour 45. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go along. But like usually they're reasonably spaced out. And personally, I would even do them less. Like, let me tell you why I actually do so many ads on YouTube. And a lot of people don't talk about this because YouTube probably thinks that they're getting away with it and that people don't know. The reason I put as many ads as I do on videos is because the more ads you put on a video, the higher it shows up on the search rankings. I wish I was joking. If a video is not monetized, YouTube will actually de-rank it over the fact that it is not a monetized video. It's like, it's not making us money. Why the fuck do we care? So the more ads you put on a video, the higher it shows up in ranking. Because if it didn't, I wouldn't even put like 3-4 ads. I'd put like maybe one ad. Like on a 1 hour video, maybe I put like one ad on the 30-minute mark. On like anything less than an hour, I probably wouldn't even do mid-roll ads. I do ads at the beginning and at the end. That's what I'd like to do. That's what I used to do back in the day. And then I noticed that, hey, if I put more ads, this video is more successful, which is stupid. What is this whole thing about ads anyway? What do they do for a streamer? Fucking nothing. They're terrible for streamers. I mean, if you're big enough, ads can like, you know, you can make bank on ads. Like for instance, whenever a streamer like Hassan, every time he hits that ad button, that's probably like $1,000 in his pocket or something like that. It's like, boop, probably even more. He's like, oh, here's a 1 minute ad break. Boop, that's $1,000. It's look at this button. It makes $1,000 appear in my bank account. If you're a smaller streamer, you hit that ad, you lose like 10 viewers and you get fucking nothing. You get like 2 cents. That's about as much as Jeff Bezos is willing to give. He's going to give you about 2 cents.
Because they know where that point of diminishing returns is. I get it, YouTube ads can be annoying, but I think they generally are less frustrating and disruptive than they are on Twitch. So that there are going to be further incentives to run more of them, that's not good for anyone. But it gets worse. So whenever you donate money to a streamer, part of that's going to be helping Twitch. But you would want most of that to go to the streamer. After all, they're the reason why you're even using Twitch in the first place. Well, what they're going to do is they're going to cut the revenue split from Tier 2 and Tier 3 subs, which had been 60-40 and 70-30, down to a flat 50-50, like Tier 1 subs, and this is something they've already been rolling out for a while. Do you know what it is in YouTube?
I've always assumed it was 50-50, to be honest, because they don't detail this in... Because my contract was... I think it was even before they had tiered subs. The contract that I have with Twitch was before tiered subs were even a thing. They were just like regular subs back in the day. So my contract's always been 50-50.
70-30. That's it. Now, YouTube definitely does take quite a lot on the ad revenue, but with things like this, it's 70-30. That is more competitive than Twitch. And when you look at some of the largest streamers out there, they make quite a lot of money through subs, donations, and things like that. Additionally, YouTube's membership feature, which is very much akin to subs on Twitch, while in some ways it's not as robust as the Twitch subs, it is more robust in other ways. You can basically roll your own Patreon competitor inside your YouTube channel. Things like member exclusive videos, all of that with multiple pricing tiers. It's a pretty decent little system.
I got to get better about doing that.
No, there's not parity between the platforms. Yes, for especially live streaming, YouTube does have catch up to do, but in this situation, this is bad for streamers, and they're running businesses. So what do you think they're going to do? It's also bad for you.
Why do you think there's so many streamers going to YouTube? They can see the writing on the wall. Like, the main reason I do both platforms is because, quite simply, there's no reason for me to be exclusive on any platform because they're not paying me. You want to pay me a member fee or something so that I'll stream exclusively to one platform? Sure. Nobody's paying me. I'm not exclusive to anybody. I'll stream here, stream on YouTube. I won't stream on Facebook because I despise the website, but that's a different thing.
Because you'd rather your money goes to where you want it to go. There is one good thing. A concession to streamers. They may be trying to completely finger them and everything else here, but at least exclusivity from partner and affiliate contracts is going to be cut. That's good news for me because I completely inadvertently violated my partnership contract with Twitch. Funny thing, little side story, man, I was actually partnered with Twitch since the Warlords of Draenor beta. But then, from the very moment that we started doing our live show here on YouTube and our Warcraft channel, technically I did violate that contract. So if ever...
No, you didn't. Why do people always think it's not like that? Jesus Christ. Exclusivity, at least in my contract. I don't know what contract everybody else has, because the way that everybody always talks about this, they talk about it as if it's a one-way street. It's like you either stream on Twitch or you stream on YouTube. I don't know what everybody else's contract is. Here's what it says on mine, okay? My contract says Twitch gets 24 hours exclusivity on my live streams. That's it. It doesn't say anything about, like, you have to exclusively stream on Twitch. No. No, it doesn't. It just says Twitch has exclusivity on whatever you stream on Twitch for 24 hours. And I can't believe that Bellular's contract would say that, like, no. For Bellular, you have to stream everything on Twitch. I don't think that's a thing.
If I was going to go back to Twitch, I suppose this would be good for me. Ultimately, though, you got to think about the why here. And it is, of course, because Twitch wants to make more profit. They want a higher cut of all of this. And Twitch have been having issues. There's all the things, of course, that the community knows, right? Weird policy decisions.
Yeah, Banshee, according to what I know from my contract, at least, is I can't multi-stream. Which, then again, like I've said multiple times, I'm not interested in multi-streaming, so it doesn't make any difference to me.
A funky situation where you go to Twitch and it looks like a cam site. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it does.
You go to Twitch, nominally a place for gaming, and people are doing squats for money.
Gaming. Twitch, a site for gaming. Yeah, right. Look at all the top streamers. How many top streamers actually do gaming? Like, actually think about this, right? How many top streamers actually do gaming on Twitch? Like, look at this. Asmongold, just chatting. Okay, Towley does World of Warcraft. This is not the usual. You have to go categories and then viewers high to low. There you go. Biggest thing, just chatting. Boom. This is the front page. This is what Twitch is. Oh, look, somebody's like just straight up, pirating Dragon Ball on the website. Because why the fuck not? Why not? Let's do that. I was like, this is what Twitch is. This is what it is. This is not a gaming website anymore. It hasn't been a gaming website for ages, dude. And I believe that probably if we go into League of Legends, tons of it is not even League of Legends. Like, look, this dude's like watching Twitter. Okay, there's actually quite a few people. Okay, but here's another one watching Twitter. You see what I mean? Like, a lot of people are... See, this is Mahjong. What the fuck? What's this doing in the League of Legends category? A lot of it isn't even related to the topic. Like, let's go to GTA. The reason GTA might actually be because there's a lot of roleplay and shit happening in GTA. So yeah, GTA does have the stuff. But it's like, this hasn't been a gaming website for so fucking long. I mean, look at this. Just Chatting has almost twice the amount of views of the next thing. I'm actually surprised Elden Ring is as big as it is. The fuck is this? Crayon Shin-chan? Sheesh. Yeah, it's like, dude, this hasn't been about gaming for ages.
Now, I'm not trying to be going around, policing people for what they do with their bodies. Absolutely do whatever the fuck you want. But Twitch, what are you? Are you a gaming platform? Because to me, it just kind of looks weird and cheap the way that you've ran some of your things. It's weird. Twitch is a strange platform. So, it's not looking that good, and money is also a bit of a problem for them. Now, this is following a 300-plus staff exodus in 2021, including the head of creator development, the COO, and the CCO. All pretty major C-suite positions. Not good, Matt.
No, not good at all. It is just like, I think it might just be Amazon trying to squeeze down and go on Twitch. You've been using so much of our money on Twitch Prime. You've had so much promise. We bought you for $1 billion. There's so much promise in you. Why are you not making any money? How can you have all of these viewers and not be making money? I think that's fundamentally what it is. But whatever's happened there is, because the head of creator development was DJ Wheat, and he has not been quiet. He left just like, that's a shithole. They're just trying to squeeze people for money. They have no idea what to do for creators. All of their policy decisions are kind of daft, a little bit off there. And that's fundamentally it. Is literally just, they think they're the top dog, and now they're trying to squeeze a little bit of profit out. And it seems like the kind of, we've maxed.
Do you see how hard they're bleeding talent? Like, Twitch is bleeding talent so goddamn hard.
Maxed out user growth. We have to start squeezing. Oh, we're losing a bunch of users to YouTube. Oh well. We don't have the agility, the capacity to do that. There's even stuff that I couldn't really find like solid sources for, but the idea of like they have like so many engineers, but whatever's going wrong with their management, they can't actually get features shipped properly. So they have a load of they have a huge burn rate that's not getting them anything in return. And it's just this case of they will just slowly bleed out. And now they're trying to stop the bleeding financially, but it's just going to sink the ship a little bit faster.
Yeah, ultimately what you need to do is invest in product. And they're investing a lot. That's, as you said, they don't really seem to be getting a lot out of it.
Yeah, I mean, they could do stuff like that Twitch boost feature, which everyone's like, so you can pay to artificially boost your stream numbers, but you can pay it through Twitch? Oh, okay, no problem. And then one of the examples there was Ludwig was like, that just called it out really terribly for being an awful thing just before he moved over to YouTube, like mostly exclusively. Or like that's just everything they've done has just went a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's a clown show.
Yep.
There is a reason why I would want to stream on Twitch, in that there are parts of Twitch that could work better for the streaming content that we would do versus how YouTube live streams are handled. But the thing is, YouTube are already looking into all of that.
Exactly.
And it's quite odd to think about, but YouTube seem to have better communication and stuff like that
Yep.
with their people than Twitch.
Especially recently. The
Fair-
past year, I'm sure everyone kind of remembers, like, at some points last year, around, like, the September time and stuff, that's when there were big names were leaving from Twitch to YouTube. And that seems to have been, I can't remember when, like, the leadership of YouTube Gaming changed, but I remember it changing a while ago. And it's literally just from then, they're like, okay, we're laser targeted. We're going to get the people from Twitch because we want the live stream. We're going to get people from Twitch. We're going to ask them, what do we do with our platform to make it better? We're going to make it better, and then we're going to take over Twitch. And that's like the first steps of that process is already started with the big acquisitions of talent. But now it's going to happen with product development.
Yeah.
And that's where Twitch are like, instead of trying to fight back, Twitch are basically rolling over and ceding defeat, it seems.
And the thing about YouTube is they invest in the basics of their platform. Now, I know for a lot of people, there's been the adpocalypse and issues like that. Parts of that have been YouTube trying to work out how the fuck they make this platform be safe and stable and viable in the long run. So while we did have those teething pains, and many of those sucked, and DMCA can be exploited, and all of that stuff does exist, there are aspects of what they gained there through the Content ID system that from a creator's perspective at least do give us some decent comfort.
What about Facebook, though? Facebook is terrible. The Facebook interface is so incredibly bad. Like, you guys think the UI for live streaming on YouTube is bad?
Confidence in the platform versus that whole, remember the copyrighted music thing that has been just an ongoing issue on Twitch?
Yeah.
People were getting blasted and stuff like that. Twitch did not have a appropriate policy and technical response to that problem. YouTube actually did and has for ages.
Yeah, and not even just that problem, because I think if anyone's watched streamers recently, you'll see, well, for a while ago, you'll see the whole thing where they were just watching TV. Like, that was just their content. They're like, oh yeah, let's just watch all these copyrighted shows with a little bit of commentary. You're like, okay, definitely trying to stretch the definition of fair use, but it wasn't like, okay, well, this is a problem. Twitch have now, taken steps to solve it. It's literally everyone, including Twitch, be like, you're going to get us all done. What are you doing? Like, we've been trying to kind of skirt around this problem.
Twitch just goes up to their creators, please stop, please don't do it. And they just go like, fuck you, bitch. Look at all this money I'm making. Woo! Fucking do. Oh man, Gordon Ramsay's the shit, dude. I love him. He's great.
For years, now you're being egregious. It's almost the kind of thing of, you're breaking the law with Twitch, and they're all complicit in it, but they're like, just don't get us caught, bro. Don't get us caught.
Yeah, it's
and
like
they had no solution to that whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like, okay, right. So what, your website is devolved, next thing people will be just rubbing one out for subs.
Yeah,
really, at the rate that they were almost going.
Might as well be at this point. Like,
who'd sub if I'd rub one out? Isn't that like part of DSP's strategies? I just rub one out real quick.
Like the exact same mechanics that make campsites go is like, that's one thing. Yeah. So like, okay, yeah, sure, you made a hot tub section on your fucking gaming streaming platform. What on earth are you on about? That thing with the TV. Get real, deal with it quickly.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They don't have these adequate policy responses. It's like they are terrified of just making a damn decision and executing it well. It's the sort of thing I think if many of us were CEO for a day or whatever at Twitch, we would have seen things like that sort of degenerate, weird content that just does not fit a game streaming platform, and we would have said, that is not what our platform is here for. Goodbye. You don't get to do that. And sure, weather the storm of people on Twitter being like, oh my god, I can't believe you are discriminating against people doing.
You guys want to know what's one of the biggest advantages that this website has over YouTube? You guys want to know what is the literal biggest advantages this website has over YouTube? Twitch Prime, motherfucker. It's so easy. It's so, because like, hey, you got Twitch Prime? Are you using it? You're going to give it to somebody else? Give it to me. That's what most streamers will do. Like, hey man, any primers? Any primers? Like, Twitch Prime is great because, a lot of people have Amazon Prime and they're not doing anything with it. So they can just come up to any streamer and for free for free. You guys get the idea. It's like stuff they already have they're not using. They can just give a streamer a Twitch Prime like that. That's literally the biggest advantage when it comes to live streaming. As far as I'm concerned, that's the biggest advantage this website has over YouTube. Because like whenever the big streamers talk about discoverability on YouTube, they're talking about it from their perspective. It's like, hey, I'm a big streamer. I got like 40,000 people watching me. Why the fuck am I not on top of every search ranking on YouTube? Because YouTube's system is not a kingmaker. Just because you have a billion people watching you doesn't mean that someone smaller can't come along and have, content that is wildly successful. Like, guys want to see an example? I can show you a real easy example. Check this out. Check this out. Shit's going to blow your mind. So if we go on YouTube and we go to my channel. You go to my channel. What do you got here? 7.4 thousand views, 5.7 thousand views, 8.4 thousand views, 8.4, 5.1, 7.7. It's getting some okay views. It's nothing out of this world, right? How many subscribers do I have? 190,000 subscribers, right? Now check this out. Wait, not on here. Here. Now check this out. Ratatosker, 87,000 subscribers, 34,000 views, 29,000 views, 146,000 views, 61,000 views. It's like, how does this make sense? I have more subscribers. I should have more views. No, that's not how the algorithm works. And that's actually one of the beautiful things about YouTube. The discoverability on YouTube is like, it's not even in the same league as the discoverability of Twitch. There is no discoverability on Twitch. And anyone who thinks otherwise is delusional. There's literally no discoverability on Twitch. It's like, if you have, the discoverability on Twitch is, can you get 50,000 people to suddenly watch your content? You're going to get a lot of discoverability. You can't do that? Well, tough shit. Why do you think so many people resort to botting? Come on.
Squats on Twitch. And it's like, weather the storm. Don't be a fucking coward.
Yeah, but it's
Integrity of your platform.
There's certainly parts of it are like cowardice and integrity, but I think it's like something almost a little bit more insidious, which is just
killing me.
Money. Because if you're watching that and you're like, oh, that's getting a whole bunch of revenue in, and we're getting a cut of that revenue, then I can't imagine them going, well, we need more revenue, and this will destroy our revenue if we ban it. So, shit. It's almost like they're stuck in short-term thinking as opposed to long-term platform thinking. And that's what's ultimately kind of...
Everybody's stuck in short-term thinking. Like everybody. Every single platform, every single business, every single person. Everybody is stuck in short-term thinking. There's not a single person out in the world right now thinking long-term.
That's what's getting them
there might be a few,
destroyed
but not
in PR
many.
multiple times a year, while YouTube are literally sitting back and laughing, going,
That's it.
nice, just send more users to our platform. Thank you very much.
They are engaged in short-term thinking, and they are no longer a mission-driven company. If you're a mission-driven company that knows what your fucking job is, you know why you have built this, why
Billy,
it exists.
thank you very much for being grossing at us for 2
And
months.
that's not just a puff piece that you put up in your
Appreciate
corporate
support. Thank
website. Then a lot of these decisions and things they've struggled with are easy. They are 5-minute decisions. Sure, a bit longer in execution, but it's easy shit. I think that's ultimately the listlessness that has resulted in people not having respect for Twitch's leadership or a lot of the integrity of Twitch as a platform. And that's the funny thing. They have got everything going for them. An incredible network effect. The integration of Twitch drops that means that it is just beautiful for video game marketers. All of this stuff that is so successful, yet they cannot get some of these basics right. And that leads us to YouTube.
Yeah, Twitch are winning by default, and then not putting any effort in, and now YouTube are putting the effort in, and that's what's going to be like. That's what determines the winner in the end, is what kind of what direction you're going, what movements you're making.
Yeah,
and Twitch aren't making any movements, and I mean it's just great from Lester, the YouTube gaming global head of YouTube gaming creator. Can't remember the exact title, but it is the lead. Just going, oh yeah, there's lots coming for YouTube gaming in the next 2 weeks. Also, yeah, we're all 70-30 splits. Absolutely. And we've never heard exclusivity. Or like, that is literally just, when the lead of the competition is flexing about a news story about you and just kind of using that as an advertising platform, you know you've really shit the bed.
Absolutely. Yeah. And of course, YouTube has so many more ways to monetize in a longer term.
Yep.
A good example, the likes of, say, the revenue that Spiffing Brit has been able to get from some 6-hour live streams that are then quite well tailored and go through the YouTube algorithm, and as bits of content even do super well. Mm-hmm. There is so much more that you can do, and now that they are getting clipping and shorts, all of these other features in the platform, they just have way more of the fundamentals that Twitch does not have. Now, there are issues.
Yeah.
So where do you find a live stream? And that's the thing. There's a way where discoverability of live streams is significantly better on YouTube. So if YouTube, per the algorithm, thinks you would enjoy a live stream and you just go to the homepage, you'll
The live
get
stream
piped
is there.
It will take you to that live stream.
Yeah.
So for creators, for the likes of us, that is super strong. That, I mean, it is so good for our ability to pick people up during live streams. What it does mean is that for our already engaged audience, or maybe people who like several YouTubers who do live streams, it's just hard to find stuff. Mm-hmm. So basically, navigation is a lot worse than discoverability in a weird way that you only really kind of see if you're from our side of using it.
Well, yeah.
From a user side, I say this as a user, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind
I don't really agree, because if you are subscribed to somebody, and somebody prepares a live stream, because live streams on YouTube, you should never do something like you do on Twitch, which is just, I'm just gonna go live. That's not how it works on YouTube. You should never do that. That's a terrible fucking idea. So what you do is you set up these events. Like whenever I stream on YouTube, you'll notice it's an event, and it'll pop up in your feed. If the algorithm is feeling nice that day, it'll pop up in your feed as an event, and then you go and you click the event, and there's even a thing there that says set a reminder as to when this is going live. And then you can just jump in when the stream is live. To give you an idea, this stream that I'm doing right now required a decent amount of preparation. I was preparing my ideas about the stuff that I wanted to talk about with Elden Ring. I was preparing my ideas about the stuff that I wanted to talk about for this topic, and a lot of other stuff. I have a bunch of videos lined up that I'm going to be watching, reacting to. Usually on YouTube, I will, do the event. I also have to do a little bit of preparation, but once the stream goes live, I'll easily get twice the amount of viewership that we have right now with literally anything that I decide to do. Can be anything. Can be a stream of me picking my nose. Same thing.
of the same for some user stuff as well on Twitch, where if I want to go and find someone who's streaming a game, I will go to Twitch, because that's just where to go. You can just click the game and then you'll see a list of streams.
Yeah.
Whereas on YouTube, you're dealing with...
I don't do that. Usually if I come to Twitch, it's because I'm looking for a specific creator. It's not because I'm looking for a specific game. I'm looking for a specific creator. Sometimes I'll come on Twitch to see how popular something is in the Twitch directory. But most of the time, so I'm coming on Twitch as a user, as opposed to a broadcaster. I'm looking for a specific creator, which just shows you how little discoverability is on this platform. I don't even come in here to find new people. I come in here to look for people that I already know are here, most likely because I've seen them somewhere else. There's no discoverability on here. Zero.
Videos and content creators and stuff.
Yeah, see, like Akio Kono is saying, you come to Twitch for specific
I want to watch a
creators.
stream of a game, let's go do it. And that's why Twitch will still be the default until YouTube get that sorted. But for individual creator following and stuff, YouTube is definitely not just on the up and up, but also in a pretty decent spot at the minute. It's just they need to better separate videos and live streams and shorts, which according to Susan, the CEO, in her conversation with Ludwig, which I think is interesting, literally just sitting down with because I don't know the last time I've seen anyone from the leadership of Twitch talk to anyone publicly.
Yeah.
But then Susan sits down with Ludwig. Obviously, that was a very big name who moved specifically from Twitch to YouTube, has almost 3 million subs on YouTube.
And Susan.
It's one of the biggest, was the most sub Twitch thing after the subathon in whatever year that was. I can't remember now. But sat down just for an hour and just talked. And you're like, okay, that's a lot of really cool info, really good stuff. But most of it was Ludwig being like, okay, here's issues I have as a creator on YouTube for streaming. And she's like, I'll send an email to the team. I'll send an email to the team. Actually, that one we're looking into. And you're like, oh, they actually are making steps forward, and we know that now.
Yeah, and they were talking in terms of day-to-day usability issues that we face as well.
Yep.
It wasn't one of those situations where it's like, oh, yeah, it's all the big successful people talking out of touch. No, it was way more, what would you say, bare metal?
Yeah.
Way more feet to the ground. Like, it was an actual real conversation that seemed to have a bunch of really good outcomes.
Indeed.
So whenever they get this stuff, they're gonna be ahead of Twitch, or at least they'll have parity. But then the thing is that YouTube's algorithm is just so good at finding people.
Sometimes.
And if you're streaming in YouTube, you can grow your live stream through VOD content that has basically the best discoverability on earth. Maybe people would say that TikTok's algorithm is better, but I don't think that really applies for most of the people who are going to be, well, I mean, me and probably you. I don't know. I think, are we all too old for TikTok?
Yes.
Maybe. Who knows?
I think,
Definitely.
TikTok would say no one's too old for TikTok, and then show you a load of 60 and 70-year-olds having fun on TikTok.
Probably.
But I think culturally, yes. I
Yeah.
can't imagine there's an awful hunger of TikTok from any of you watching or from us, honestly, outside of, I guess, following it as like a trend. Because I think if you're watching...
TikTok is actual brain damage. Like, not even exaggerating. I'm sure that if somebody, and this is not something that I'm just pulling out of my ass. Like, I actually am sure that if somebody would look into the neurological implications of someone that consumes a large amount of TikToks, they would, the most logical conclusion to reach would actually be brain damage in the form of shorter attention spans, like, I don't know, just lots and lots of negative effects on your brain.
That you're likely interested in, like, cultural stuff among platforms of video. And that's why I think it's interesting that hopefully TikTok stays in its lane, I think. But
Yeah, so it's like, with the exception of TikTok, YouTube's just here with the best content discovery algorithm that exists. And that is something... it's that thing, if you're a small streamer in Twitch, what does Twitch want to do? Twitch wants to sell you boosts. If you are a small content creator in YouTube and you are making excellent content, the chances of YouTube actually beginning to serve your content, like if it truly is excellent, they're pretty damn high.
Yeah, that was a fun thing that I thought. I mean, obviously, it's hard to tell if she was literally telling the complete truth, because who knows what goes on in big tech companies. But in the interview with Ludwig, Susan was always like, he always making these little jokes, like, your YouTube engineers watch this video, make my views go up. And every time she's like, that's not how it works. It's all about like make content that's better than it was yesterday, and our systems are designed to make that. If people will watch it, we will show it to people who will watch it.
Yeah.
And
The problem with the algorithm is that it also takes into account that if you make one day content that ends up not being as popular, it also negatively impacts future content. So to give you an idea, because earlier people were asking me, Rurikhan, why don't you do more 14 content on your channel? It's because if I do something that's Monster Hunter, and let's say during Sunbreak, for instance, when that comes out, there's probably going to be a spike in views on my channel because I'll be doing guides and doing all of this stuff that's going to be relevant, right? And there's going to be a lot of people looking for that information. There's going to be like a spike in views. So say, for instance, right, one of the most popular weapons, probably the most popular weapon in Monster Hunter right now, is the longsword. So let's say, for instance, let's call out another popular weapon like a charge blade. I do a charge blade guide, right? Pretty popular weapon. Lots of people will go in there, watch the guide. Then after that, I do a Final Fantasy video where I talk about literally anything. Could be, let's say patch 6.2 comes out. I do a video talking about patch 6.2. Views are going to go down. I then do a guide for longsword, which, like I said, is the most popular weapon in the game. Views are going to be a lot lower than the one on the charge blade. On the other hand, if instead of that, I do the charge blade video, and then instead of uploading the Final Fantasy video, I do literally fucking nothing, and then upload the longsword video. So people actually got less content. The longsword video will get more views than if it did if I uploaded it after the Final Fantasy video. That right there is the biggest problem with the YouTube algorithm. It is because it forces creators to specialize, and this is why you see Like, God knows how many Minecraft creators that are losing their fucking minds, like literally losing their minds, going like, I can't play this fucking game anymore. I'm losing my mind. I want to do something different, but they can't. And they know they can't because the algorithm is going to punish them for it. That is the problem with the YouTube algorithm. And that is why, you know, for instance, you look at Bellular over here, he's got 4 different channels. He's got the Warcraft channel. He's got this channel, which I think is the news channel. He's got the clips channel for clips from his live stream. And he's got the other channel where he's talking about like Final Fantasy 14 and Guild Wars 2 and all this other stuff.
That's the kind of the completely free. We've made an ecosystem that will run kind of like without us fiddling, without us having to do anything, as opposed to Twitch is very much, oh yeah, pay us money and we'll make you big views.
Yeah, I mean, like here's one of the most important tips for anyone doing YouTube. It's also a hard truth. Avoid those like small YouTuber discussion forums that are all blaming the algorithm. That's all bullshit. Your content's just not competing. Either it's not good enough, its marketing is putting people off, or it's just not a niche that many people are interested in. Typically speaking, there are definitely examples of not being perfect, but you got to think like, let's just say you're making a video on some, topic similar to Jake Tran. Is your video as good as Jake Tran's? Because that's kind of where it needs to be. If you can get it there, YouTube's going to do a really good job of surfacing that to people. Yeah. And I think then it's a question of how can that power go to the streamers? If they solve that, then I think it's very fertile ground.
Absolutely.
So there you go. That's the situation. What the fuck are Twitch doing? Do they have a handle in their business?
No.
Are they a company with a mission that knows what it wants to achieve in the world? With a purpose? Doesn't really seem like that. And it seems that now that they are under ownership from Amazon, maybe all hope of them being a more mission-driven company who's going to focus on how to best serve core gaming creators just seems like that's kind of going out the window. We now have a situation where Google seem to be more user-friendly, more, I don't want to say generous in their business model, but more creator-friendly in their business model, and more agile, which is a funny thing to say when you think about how Twitch is kind of like a startup. I mean, now it's acquired, so maybe that DNA is dead. That's the situation. Twitch have got to get real. Tell us what you think. See you next time.
See? And that's why I should start considering doing these streams on YouTube. But nah, dude, it's like, considering my size, it's really not worth it to over this. I don't think it's worth it to, go full on in YouTube, because already most of my revenue is coming from YouTube. And unless I want to, how should I put this? At the end of the day, when it comes to me, I still want to do things that I'm interested in discussing, right? I don't just want to cover Souls and Monster Hunter, which is the things that do well on my channel. As a matter of fact, Souls, in a way, is kind of like bad for my channel, because not everybody that plays Monster Hunter likes Souls, and not everybody that plays Souls likes Monster Hunter. So it'd actually be better for me if I was to do a separate channel for Souls, a separate channel for Monster Hunter, and then another channel for Final Fantasy and all this other. And it's like, dude, I get whiplash just thinking about it. I can barely keep up with like one channel, let alone the 2 that I'm kind of working on. Imagine putting in 2 more. Jesus Christ. Ruri, Steam and Final Fantasy channel when? What are you talking about? Steam? Steam? You could Steam them on Unleash. Stream. Yes. That buffoon. Final Fantasy channel when? Dude, let me tell you about Final Fantasy. You ever seen this channel? Ever seen this channel? Ever heard about this channel? Bet you never did. It existed. It's right there. Chock full of Final Fantasy content. Guess what? Don't work. As a matter of fact, this video was a waste in this channel. I should have put this video up on my main channel, to be honest. Kind of late for that now. It's a really good video talking about Final Fantasy 16. But yeah, I did that. I did do the Final Fantasy channel. It's right here. You really did it. When did that happen? It was a long time ago, dude. I gave up on it. because Unleashed was much better. If you look at Unleashed, it is way better. It's also doing much better than whatever that was, because it's not just dedicated to Final Fantasy. It allows me to discuss a lot of other topics, and it's just more interesting overall. But yeah, that's that. Oh crap, I forgot. Make sure to give it a like. Sure to give that a like.